The boss, Deet'va, has a prayer ring, which basically means you need to finish her off very quickly, or you're in for some very serious frustration. If you've seen in previous parts how high Finn's evasion got while he was on 1 HP, you'll know what I mean. And speaking of prayer, the miracle skill that appeared in Path of Radiance is actually a very, very heavily nerfed version of prayer. If you've got a good eye, you'll actually notice the icons for both skills are very similar. Anyway, again, positioning characters with the highest evasion on terrain. Remembering that they have an extremely wide movement range, so you don't want to put Dew into it. Unless you've actually trained him up, in which case, bravo. It is hard to do it, but he does actually become a pretty decent fighter. Just takes a while. Nope, no one for her to heal. And Midale needs to go somewhere where he can shoot the Pegasus Knights once they come into range. Yes, notice I've got Midale, Jamuka, and Bridget behind our main defensive line, but in a position where they'll be able to attack in the next turn. Also, if Midale and Jamuka aren't promoted by now, like they are in my playthrough, this is a pretty good opportunity for them to get more experience. Yeah, the effectiveness bonus against flyers from bows works as an automatic critical in this game. Just reminding... of that. Yeah, the Earth Sword does work pretty well to keep Lachesis healthy, but you just don't want to have her equip it and then get attacked by a whole army, in which case it will break and then her evasion will go really, really low. Ooh, not enough speed to double Pegasus Knights. Well, that's mostly a case of their weapon is ridiculously light and Holland's is really heavy. Why do they keep attacking Holland? Does he have some kind of attack me sticker on him or something? Then again, I don't want them to go for her for reasons previously stated. Interesting, why is it they're using their lances against Lachesis, but their swords against Holland? Oh, this one used a lance. I think it's fairly inconsistent. I think... Is it too much of a stretch to say that the AI knows that they'll get doubled if they use their lances against him? Maybe. But, yeah, that one did anyway. Maybe it was psychic and knew it would hit. So again, this one's using a sword. I just don't understand their behaviour. I guess he's weakening a lot of them for others to finish off. Again, it's either Lachesis or Holland that they're going for some reason. Ah, you'll have to do more damage than that to be a threat. She'll just heal it all back. By the way, the Earth Sword heals you from range as well. Now, coming up next is... well, I'm not going to say anything. That, for me, I'll say, is the funniest part in this playthrough so far. Just burst out laughing when I was recording that. And now that is the stupidest thing the AI has ever done. And yeah, you'll have noticed that the boss mentioned being one of Silesia's 4 angelic knights. Well, the second one is that one you saw talking to the big boss guy, Dakar, at the beginning of this chapter. The third is Manya, and the fourth, interestingly, is Fury. Kind of unlikely that someone on your side holds that higher ranking. Yeah, she'll just go and save some villagers. Yeah, perfect experience for bow users here. And again, like I said ages ago, Jamuka, basically a bow user with the growths of an axe user. Pretty odd. Alright, that one's severely weakened. I think she'll be able to do it. Even though I'm not really using her, and I'm not really gonna make her that decent. I still like to just get her some experience when the opportunity arises. And her Wrath skill does work pretty well in the arena. Yeah, Azel's mounted, but his stats are a little average. Well, at least, I mean... Yeah, he really suffers from, the fact that Levin is there. But don't worry, Azel's counterpart in the second generation, who in my case is actually going to be Azel's son, is much, much better. Looks like another village opportunity for Claude. Or maybe Sylvia, I don't know. Okay, we're all about level 22 at this point. I really want to kill that guy quickly, so I use the Ikival here. I think I've forgotten to mention the legendary weapon Flash, which actually became a feature of the series. It was used in the GBA games, but of course in Fire Emblem 7 you really didn't see it until the last chapter. And really wouldn't see it that often because Durandal is way too heavy for Eliwood and I don't like it. Just wanted to say that at least once. Wow, that was unlucky. Not quite what happened with Azel in the last chapter, but still pretty unlucky. Yeah, you deserve an axe to the face for that. And yeah, these Pegasus Knights really weren't much of a problem. Although it was very lucky that the boss managed to kamikaze herself into Beowulf. Otherwise, we would have had to deal with her leadership bonus and her prayer ring. And also, by the way, speaking of the boss, interestingly, Deet'va is rather significant if you played Fire Emblem 5, which features a playable character who is actually the daughter of Deet'va. Which is pretty odd considering that Deet'va in this game is a relatively minor, generic boss. And yet she actually has a daughter in this game's midquel. And Midale's Rage of Moront now, which is... well, it'll help. And no more Pegasus Knights. That wasn't really so hard.